I started my dough at about 9 o'clock this morning. I'm just coming to check on it. It's now after 5:30, so it's been close to 9 hours or so, but you need to watch the dough more than you watch the clock. So we're going to just look at this and see if it's ready or getting there. And just looking at it, I don't see any really big bubbles on the top. There's definitely a few smaller ones. I don't know if you can see those. The biggest indicator is when I give it a little jiggle, it's still very stiff. It's not rigid, or it is a little rigid. It would definitely have a lot more give when it's ready. So I'm going to come back later and check on it again. You should also check for how much it has risen in size. I know for this dough, usually it starts getting close to the 2-quart marker. But honestly, this container is a little bit large for my dough. Ideally, it would be skinnier and taller so I could monitor the rise better. So it's a little hard to tell going by the height. Yeah, we'll just keep checking on it, and we're going to wait for a jiggly dough. So we'll be back in a few hours and check again. All right, it's now a couple hours later, and I'm going to check on this, see how we're doing. And it's definitely risen a little bit more. I'm thinking it's probably close, going by the volume. I'm going to look at it. I definitely see some bubbles, and it seems a little more jiggly. I'm going to just do a little test here to see how we're looking. We definitely have a nice strong gluten there. This is called the window pane test. So that looks pretty good. It's pretty close. It probably could go a little bit longer. Yeah, I'll let it go a little bit longer, but we're getting close. Oops. 9:54. Yeah, bedtime happened and life just happened and time got away from me. But anyway, I'm gonna check this out. It should definitely be ready by now, I would think. Yeah, I'm gonna turn an extra light so you can see a little better. But yeah, it is definitely, might be hard to tell on the screen, but there are some more bubbles right below the surface. It's a lot more jiggly than it has been before. Definitely feels alive. It kind of springs back when you poke it slowly. So yeah, very slowly that little indentation is starting to fill back in. That's telling me that the dough still has a lot of strength. I don't think I overproofed it this time. In a previous video, you can see an example of way overproofed bread dough. This looks to be just about right. So I'm going to go ahead and turn this out and shape it and stick it in the fridge, and it will be ready to go. You know me, I always think of things to say later after I stop filming. Okay, this is my trusty temperature gun. It's a cool thing to have in the kitchen. I don't know why we originally bought this, but we just happen to have it. You can see the bread dough is coming in at 70 degrees. I know earlier it was about 72. And this makes the proofing process, or excuse me, the bulk fermentation process a lot more flexible. If I were to be proofing this at around 80 degrees in a proofing oven, my total bulk ferment time probably would have only been maybe 4 to 6 hours. And every half hour is crucial at that temperature because it is very easy to overproof. Now, if you are at, especially if you're below 70 degrees or right about 70 degrees, it's a lot more forgiving. A couple hours over, a couple hours under probably won't make a huge difference, which I appreciate because I'm still trying to get all this right. So yeah, the colder temperature it is, the more flexibility you have with timing it just right. It's a lot more forgiving. So that's one benefit of baking in the wintertime. In the summertime, when the kitchen is warmer, you definitely have to watch your dough a little more carefully because it's easy for it to go over and overproof. All right, hopefully that's it this time. Bye.